All right, folks, we are back in Springfield, Missouri. We got another matchup, another second-round matchup, Sweet 16 matchup right here. The Manhattan Thunder taking on the Tennessee Heat, the team that finished second in the country in homeschool basketball, and they take each other on for a spot in the Class 7A Gold Ball game. I'm your host, Trellis Williams, along with Jeremy Caldwell and C.J. Pomeroy, as we see a bucket immediately for Tanner Shirley underneath, and that's how we're going to get it started. The Thunder up 2-0.
Yeah, the Manhattan Thunder come in with two bigs, Tanner Shirley and Vincent Schrader. But so do the Tennessee Heat with Disbane.
Yeah, the Tennessee Heat have a lot of experience in this tournament at a high level. Both Bond and Dismang playing with top-tier summer teams, so a lot of great skill on the floor for the Heat.
Turnover here, and now the Heat on the full speed go, and that one will be blocked out of bounds. The hard drive there was by Thatcher Bond. He was an all-region player from the Midwest, and will throw the ball in.
Braden Siegel with the block there was also an all-region player for the Manhattan Chief, and he had a really great game yesterday. Yeah, all over there handling the point, had to hit some big shots. So it's going to be tough to defend him as well. So both teams are complete teams, so it should be an interesting game.
He sure did have a big game last time.
Vincent Schrader picked up the foul underneath there, sending Story, the all-region player, to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first free throw.
Wyatt Story hitting the first free throw. 3-2 lead now for the Tennessee Heat. And the Manhattan Thunder knocked off the Tyler Heat in the first round, and now they're playing the Tennessee Heat. So they're the Thunder, and they can't get away from the Heat, folks.
They're trying to cool the Heat over here in Springfield.
We need Heat in Springfield right now.
Here's the pass baseline. It's errant, out of bounds. 3-2 lead for the Tennessee Heat. They're in the black uniforms with the red numbers. They got black letters with the red outline. The Thunder are in the white.
And I have not seen either of these teams play yet this year, but from having watched both of them in the past and knowing what Tennessee brings to this game, I would say if you're the Thunder, you really need to try and control the tempo.
Yeah, we had the Thunder yesterday here on this court. Haven't seen the Heat yet this year.
Pull-up J is good at the high post there from Thatcher Bond. And he's able to get on the board, and it's a 5-2 lead now for Tennessee. Up the floor is Sigel on the right wing. He'll drive to the left. Step back three on the way. It's an air ball to the left. Schrader somehow got to the ball, but the ball did hit the out-of-bounds line, and it's back to the Heat.
I wonder what size shoe Schrader wears, because that is a large foot. He got up high, and he's got plenty of platform to take off on.
Drive inside, reverse layup is good underneath from Carson Dismang. He's the other all-region player for their team. They actually had three.
Yep, they had three from the Midwest.
Pass over the top now to Wertenberger. Feed inside to Shirley for the finish. Tanner Shirley with all 4 points thus far for the Thunder, and it's 7-4 is the ball game.
Great offensive set to find Shirley underneath there with that pass.
Bond with it on the outside. Over to the wing. Feeding it inside is stolen away by Wertenberger. Wyatt Story turned that one over. The pass to Schrader is broken up and stolen. And coming back the other way are the Tennessee Heat. Going to try to get control of this ball as they'll bring it up top on the swing. Feed back door. Not going to work against Schrader as he broke it up. But they do get it back. The Heat do. And a pass up top is going to be tipped but gotten back. And back outside to Bond.
3 times now they've tried to throw it back door here in the early going.
Story going to feed it to Dismay. Corner three on the way. No good for Story, and the rebound pulled in by Sigel. Up the floor. Wertenberger Up top, Shirley. Getting in the interior, right hand, no good, and that's going to
Travel.
be a travel. Took a little hop step there, going back to Tennessee.
Whoever has the challenge of guarding Dismang in the post, they probably need some body armor because he is very physical down there.
Speaking of physical, we've seen a couple physical games earlier today on this court. I don't know if you were watching the travel. The CHSA and
Thesa Riders.
Thesa Riders. That
Yeah.
game, talk about being physical. The referees just let them play. Neither ref was complaining because they called it even on both sides. But that was a man's basketball game there.
With the ball here is Miracle. Shot from Wurtenberger is good. Tough shot to the left, and he knocks it down. Leighton Wurtenberger with the bucket to cut it to 1. Now Story with it, kicking it outside. I do see Caleb Clausen in for the Thunder. I did not see him come in the game yesterday. And it seems like a new face. As we see the drive here from Bond to the basket. Left hand, no good. And the rebound is ripped down by Miracle.
Yeah, I don't remember if I remember seeing Clausen coming to the game either. He came in for Shirley for a second. It looks like Shirley's back at the table.
Tough shot on the turnaround from Miracle. He gets on the board, and the Manhattan Thunder will take the lead. 8-7, under 3 minutes to go in the opening period. Up top with it is Bond. Over to McSpadden. Feeding, back door. Back to Bond. Feeding it back. Inside. Dismang. Working against Clausen.
Man.
His drive. He'll be tied up. Sigel got in there and forcing the jump ball and stealing a jump ball from the Heat, even though Tennessee will have the possession.
No fear there defensively. They came right over to tie that ball up. Dismang was going to the basket with a purpose.
Yeah, he was calling for that one in the post, threw it out, called for it to come back in. That's when you like to see bigs like that.
Open three, it pops out, no good. Rebound, Schrader. Ball's popped loose, and we're going to see a foul. And they're going to call it against Sigel. They say hacked him there. No. They call it against the Heat.
Yeah.
Wyatt
And
Story.
So it was Wyatt Story. It's a little bit of a late call as they blew the whistle when Sigel was going for the ball. So that's why I thought it was a foul on Sigel. But
I thought they was calling he dribbled it out of bounds originally, but it was a foul off of Story.
that's going to be a steal. Story against Shirley. No good. Schrader the rebound.
Lost the ball on the way up.
Up the floor to Wurtenberger. Wurtenberger the drive. Kick outside Sigel. His drive. Step back. Jay. Good.
Man.
He's creative with the way he can score the basketball. 10-7 lead for the Thunder.
3 mid-range jumpers for Manhattan here in the early going.
8-0 run. Here's the reverse layup, and immediately breaking it is Thatcher Bond. He's got 4, cutting the lead to 1 here. This height from the Thunder is affecting the Tennessee Heat, as you can tell. Schrader and Shirley doing some damage, especially Schrader on the defensive side of the ball. Wurtenberger. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Pulling up the J, knocking it down. And they're efficient with their shooting thus far. He's got 4 points, a 3-point lead for the Thunder.
The old lost art of the mid-range
Yeah,
showing up here today.
very effectively.
Dismang in the post, just over a minute to go in the first quarter. 3-pointer from Story is long, and Wurtenberger pulling down the rebound.
Heat just having a real hard time finding rhythm offensively.
Going in to take the contact, no call there. Schrader in the post, kick outside Wurtenberger. Thunder bring it back into control. Coming off the screen from Schrader, going to feed it inside Schrader. Turnaround hook shot's good. Vincent Schrader now on the board, and you can see with Schrader, his hands are so good.
Yeah.
I mean, he just tossed that ball into Schrader real hard, and it just stuck it in his hands and put it in. 5-point lead for Manhattan.
Yeah, Shirley and Schrader are a problem in the paint for anybody they play against.
The Manhattan Thunder got smoked by 30 in the first round last year, And this year, they're showing a lot better now as they force another turnover. 20 seconds to go first quarter. Step back miracle. He's looking, feeding it to Wertenberger, feet inside, broken up by Story out of bounds.
These guys, they must have gotten some mileage cards because they are flying all over the floor.
A lot of speed and a lot of intensity out there on the court right now here in Springfield. But this is the time of year where you put everything on the line. Siegels three, in!
They are shooting lights out right now.
Siegel with 5. Clock will run out, and the Manhattan Thunder have come to play, folks. They went down 7-2 and a 15-2 run to end out the first quarter. It is all Manhattan Thunder here in Springfield. The Manhattan Thunder lead by 8 after 1 quarter of basketball. For the Thunder, they have 5 players on the board already in 1 quarter of basketball. How about that? That's just good offensive basketball they're playing right now. They lead 17-9. As second quarter action is right here with you, right here from Springfield. Wertenberger feeds it to Shirley. Shirley driving hard, and he's fouled.
Yeah, they're going to get
Number 10.
Banker with the body on the drive.
Jacob Banker picking up his first personal foul. Shirley with it. Outside on the swing. Into the post.
Another mid-range.
Shot from Schrader,
Another
knocking it
mid-range.
down.
I mean,
The Thunder shooting the ball well across the board among all their players. Dismang to the basket for the finish. Nice play by him. He's got 6 points leading the way for their team. Pass a little high even for Schrader. It's a turnover. 19-11 ball game.
and I think if you're the Heat, you've got to look at trying to feed the big man. Run your offense from the post. Doesn't mean he has to take everything, but get that ball into the post and let him dictate where the ball is going to go next.
And one big struggle they've had, though, with working it in the post is just all that size inside from the Thunder. But it worked there as Dismang was able to be quick and finish there. Three-pointer on the way, back rim no good. Dismang with the offensive board and resetting the play here for the Heat.
Thunder just went to a zone defense for a moment there. They're back to man here, but they had set up zone in that initial possession.
Bond feeding it to the wing. Inside to Dismang, unable to get to the ball. Oh, wow.
That is big boy basketball. I mean, that is big boy basketball.
Seemed like just a tad bit of contact inside, but we're going to see a turnover. It's going to the Thunder. They lead by 8, 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Wertenberger working it to Shirley, who's driving hard to the basket. Kick back outside, Wertenberger. Going to drive in. Kick out, Shirley, corner three, in!
This is
the
insane.
Thunder cannot miss. Tanner Shirley with 7 points, and this is the time to be on fire, and that is in Springfield, Missouri. To the corner. The Heat have it, down by 11 here early. Dismang to the wing.
Yeah, you got to go right back over there, I think. When your big man works that hard, you've got to go where he wants the ball.
Outside now. Holmes on the feed, left wing. To Banker.
Nice back
Dismang, what a great pass and a foul from behind. And it will be
14. I believe. 15.
It'll be against Wurtenberger, who'll pick up his first personal foul. Great backdoor find to Bond on the backside, and he's fouled. He'll have 2 shots.
I think the real question right now is, can Manhattan keep up this pace?
Well, we're going to find out. 5:45 to go here in the second quarter, and they have not missed many today.
I feel like if they've missed, the most that they've missed is maybe 2 in the game.
5:40 to go first half. 22-13 is the score as Bond makes both free throws count. Sigel with it. Outside Wurtenberger. Back Sigel. Thinking about it on the left wing. Spin. Wurtenberger with it. Pressure defense here from the Heat. Floater on the way. No good. Good tough rebound underneath as he'll kick it outside. Sigel's 3. No good. And that time, rebound. Be pulled in by Banker.
You done jinxed them, CJ. That's 2 in a row now.
The drive, kick outside, Banker. To the corner now. Sinicola. Back up top to Dismang. Story. Banker. Drive. Left. Looking.
Heat run a lot of backdoor action.
And they hit the back door again. Oh, wow. Again, a little bit of contact. We don't see a call there. Ball's going to be with the Thunder.
This is beginning to look like the CHSA and Thesa game.
And to a degree, I think for me as a coach, to a degree, I'm okay with this if my team will go out and do the same thing. Now, if my team's doing the same thing and we're getting hit, then I might have a little more of an issue. But I would tell my team at this moment, hey, if they're going to let you play, go play.
Agreed.
Ball into Sigel. Coming across half court, 4.5 minutes. Diving in there for the steal. Or the Heat. Sonicola. And now we're going to get a foul. As diving on the floor there was Wyatt Story. And we hear the boos rain down from the crowd.
Unofficially, I think that's number 2.
That's how we have it as well. So he's going to come out of the game with 2.
Wurtenberger going to feed it to Shirley. Pass high. Shirley able to get it.
And right now, the way this game is being officiated, if I'm Carson Dismang, I am looking for my opportunity defensively to establish my presence.
Miracle trying to feed it inside is stolen away. Going back the other way, It's going to be a foul on Sigel. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Senicola had him beat on the side. If he just kept going, and he went to turn back around, and that's when Sigel popped him a little bit there. Nothing intentional, just going for the ball. But Senicola, if he just hit the baseline and went up, they could have had numbers.
Halfway through the second quarter, Bond, hard drive to the basket.
Wow.
Left hand, no good. Put back is in, good from Dismang. He's got 8 points. He's done a lot of damage for the Heat. Cutting the lead to 7 here.
That attack by Bond, he got real up in traffic there. And even though he missed it, I mean, he really made the defense react to that, giving Carson the opportunity to go get the board and clean it up.
Yeah, if I'm the Tennessee Heat right now, that's what I'd be trying to go for, is get anything into the paint and let us clean up the boards before the outside shots, because they're not falling right now.
Nice find and a jam on the opposite side. Great pass there from Bond. Backdoor to Jacob Banker, and he tomahawked it with 2 hands, and this lead is cut to 5.
Yeah, just
30-second timeout call by Coach Bond after that make. Set up his defense and get some hype going into him. But they've ran that backdoor pass pretty much the whole first half so far. Early on, they were just trying to throw the straight line passes through traffic, wasn't getting through. The last couple, they've thrown some bounce passes. They've gotten good looks at the paint.
And I think this is where the experience of Coach Bond comes into play in this setting, because they're consistently running this action. So he has scouted something. He believes there's an opportunity for his team there. So sometimes offensively it may not work for you at the outset, but you stick with it long enough and it'll work. And it's just a matter of, can you keep it close until it works?
Right. And sometimes you run it enough to set up some other action later in the game as well.
Because once they start reacting to that backdoor screen, your
Yep.
shooter is going to be wide open.
Correct. And last year they had Senecola was on this team last year in the championship game. Thatcher Bond was in the team. Dismang was on the team. So they got some veteran players here that have been here, and they understand the moment in this arena.
Banker as well.
Turnover there from the Manhattan Thunder. We see Schrader come back into the ball game. He came out for just a little bit, and the lead got cut to 5, and now he's back in the ball game. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Coming up the floor for the Tennessee Heat is Thatcher Bond.
Chance for them to cut it to a one-possession ball game here if they can get a bucket.
McSpadden up top. Feed to Bond.
Chief going zone.
Outside 3, McSpadden splashing it from the right wing.
I think he was on this team last year as well. I remember that name, unless he had another brother.
2-point game. This is back to being a ball game. They feed it to Shirley, stolen away by Bond. Up the floor, and a finish at the basket from Senecola. We're tied up at 22. Thunder call timeout. The Heat are on their tail.
Yeah,
2:28 to go in the first half.
I think that last time out by Coach Bond, I think one thing, it settled his guys down. Another thing, he let them know, hey, if the refs are going to let you play, let's go out and play.
Yep,
let's be
absolutely.
the aggressor just like them. And you could tell that time they extended their defense. They were a little bit more aggressive. They got a couple turnovers, an open three, and a dunk and a layup, and they're back in this game tied now. So way to adjust in game on the way the refs are calling.
And basketball is a game of runs.
Yes.
And, we started the game, Manhattan started this game on an incredible run. I mean, they were just lights out. And good teams understand how to take that initial hit, and they come back and deliver the next one. And that's what Tennessee is doing right now.
Yeah, they were on a big run until somebody on the broadcast team said they hadn't missed from mid-range, and they have been over since that comment. I don't really remember who that was, but not good with voices.
This morning you might have thought I had a crystal ball. Every time I said someone's name, they scored.
Well, I guess the crystal ball broke before this game.
22-22 is the score. Just under 2.5 minutes to go in the first half as the Thunder were up 22-11. It's been an 11-0 run here from the Tennessee Heat.
I was close to a 10-second call there.
Shirley left wing 3, back rim no good. A rebound Banker to Bond, and we're back going.
I don't know if that's the play that was drew up in that timeout to get a corner 3. Looked like it was a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
And when you give up a big run like that, you try to get a bucket to end the run. Try to sometimes force a shot you normally wouldn't take in that situation.
Senecola over McSpadden, back up top Senecola. Heat trying to get something set up. It's a tie ball game. Minute 45 to play in the first half. Swing back up top, feed to the corner. Bond, the fake, driving. Cross court McSpadden. Hit a 3 earlier. Senecola, feed inside Dismang. Out Bond. Drive inside to the cup. Left hand. It was blocked partially. And the rebound going to be corralled by Wertenberger. He'll bring it into the front court.
And Thatcher needs to be careful. He got fouled on that one, and he wanted the call. But when the referees are letting you play, just let that one go and get back and get the next one.
Sigel fouled after he released the three-pointer. He's heading to the free throw line with 3 shots.
And I'll be honest, I'm okay with that foul. I mean, yeah, it's a foul on a 3. But at the end of the day, because of how the referees are allowing this game to go, that was Carson delivering that shot right there on that foul. Now, if you're the shooter for Manhattan, you're sitting there thinking twice if you got Carson Dismang closing you out.
Right.
Braden Sigel making the first free throw. He's got 6 points and gives the Thunder the lead again, snapping the 11-0 run by the Tennessee Heat. Second free throw up and good as well. Sigel's making them count. Got us a low-scoring game, a lot of tough defense out there, a lot of physicality we've seen. 24-22, last free throw for Sigel, and that's in as well. He's got 8 points.
New player in the game for Tennessee Heat, number 3, Lucas Holmes comes in for Senecola, giving him a little breather.
Up top is Bond, guarded by Miracle. Moves it to the left, McSpadden. Feed high post, Banker threw it away as he was trying to feed it into the post to Dismang. Dismang does not like the no call as Shirley was getting into him. But
That's the second time they ran that same play.
Yep.
Second time, Shirley got away with a pull.
Yep. And
Schrader-
Coach Bond let the referee know.
Bond, nice backdoor to McSpadden on the bounce pass for the finish. McSpadden with 5 points. Hasn't played for long, but he's been a spark plug off the bench.
Yeah, once the heat changed and started throwing bounce passes into the paint, they've gotten a lot of those backdoor looks.
Yep.
A lot easier than trying to feed it through the traffic.
Under 30 seconds to play in the first half. 25-24 lead for Manhattan. A feed over to Wertenberger. He's driving. Feeding it to a cutting Miracle, who's blocked away by Dismang. Down the floor, and there will be a foul in the open court. As I believe that was Wertenberger who's going to pick up that foul. That's his second.
Not often do you see a player raise his hand and say, that was me, ref. That's on me.
15 seconds remaining in the first half. 25-24. We got a good one right here.
Yeah, Tennessee Heat was on this floor last year in the championship game and a close game against the Eagles from MHEA and come up a little bit short. So they've been there in the moment, looking for a different outcome today as they missed a shot there at the end of the quarter.
Banker airballs the three from the corner to finish out the first half. It is the Manhattan Thunder out of Kansas, 25. And the Tennessee Heat, of course, out of Tennessee, 24. We'll be back for second half action right here.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
All right, folks, second half action right upon us here. Tennessee Heat and the Manhattan Thunder. Thunder holding on to a 1-point lead. Bond trying to score immediately to begin as Dismang will follow, put it up and in, and one. There is a foul in the interior. It will be
On 15.
on Wertenberger, who will pick up his third. Not the guy you wanted to pick up the foul. Usually you wouldn't want to see Schrader or Shirley pick up fouls if you're Manhattan, but they have no fouls.
Right.
And so you'd rather it be on them at this point in time. The rebound snatched right away, and Banker finishes at the bucket. And so now, right at the beginning, we're seeing buckets here from the Heat to take a 3-point lead after they were down by one. There's going to be a foul inside.
Senicola.
Yep.
Yeah, Senicola will pick up his first. On the baseline to get this ball in will be the Manhattan Thunder.
Yeah, this is the next 3.5 minutes now. That's going to tell a lot for this game.
Miracle missing, but Shirley able to put it in without any defense around as his man fell down. A 1-point game.
Yeah, it's interesting to see if one of these teams kind of takes over the game, takes control of it here in the third quarter, or they're just going to play it tight all the way to the fourth.
Bond with it now. Tennessee leading by a point as they scored 4 points immediately to begin the second half. As we're a minute in. Bad pass into the backcourt. Turnover. Ball back to Manhattan.
A little miscommunication offensively there for the Heat.
Yeah, 1-point lead here for the Tennessee Heat. They get it into the backcourt. Ball was batted a little bit, but Wertenberger able to get it. He's attacking into the front court, guarded by Senicola. High post. Miracle. Feeds Sigel. Catch and shoot three. And
his second three of the game.
He is a catch and shoot fella.
Yeah, Braden Sigel, what a play there. Here is the drive inside. Schrader got a little block on it, got a little hand. Dismang gets it back. The swing, Bond.
Great
to the corner
there to not travel.
Senicola airballs long on the three. Story reverse, blocked away by Wertenberger.
Haven't seen Bond take a three yet in this game. First half, he didn't take a shot. He had a couple open threes. Hasn't taken one yet. Had another one there. Chose not to. So interesting to see why, if he's not shooting a good percentage this year, or he's just trying to feed the big guys in the paint.
And I like the sub going to McSpadden because I feel like when McSpadden got in there, things started to change for the Heat.
Great play by Miracle for the finish as he got the steal and gets the bucket on the other end.
It's just interesting to see Dismang go to the bench right after halftime there.
Right.
McSpadden with it on the right side. Manhattan, what a run they've made. 7-0 run here. 2 minutes in to the third quarter. Banker outside Bond. Got the money names. Bond on the wing to the corner. McSpadden, his three. Air ball. Offensive board. Ball loose. Off of the Tennessee Heat. Ball back to the Thunder.
Another quick substitution also for the Thunder here. Shirley's coming out of the game. He's probably trying to match minutes with Dismang. I would think.
Wertenberger with it. Moving into the front court. Back to Miracle.
And a 4-point lead again now for the Thunder. So they've done a great job. You know, we talked about a game of runs. It started with the Thunder, then the Heat. Now it's the Thunder again.
Well, the Heat started the quarter 4-0 right off the bat. Got a bucket and one, got the rebound, put back, and then now they've went on a 7-0 run themselves. So I would imagine these teams have a few more runs in them before this game's over.
Wertenberger. Three-pointer, Sigel is short. Schrader the rebound, left-hand finish. Vincent Schrader been slightly quiet this game, but he's got 6 now as he extends the lead for the Thunder to 6.
Story did not have position there to be able to get that rebound, but a great take and another dunk.
Nice find to Banker, who comes right through there and punches it home. Jacob Banker with his second jam, and he's got 6 points. 4-point game. On the turn is Miracle. Outside, Wurtenberger, his pass broken up by Banker, taken back away by Disberger.
Wow.
What an acrobatic shot. He missed it. Miracle puts it up. It misses. And now a fight for it.
Yep.
Story trying to get it out of there. He does, and the Heat have it.
Did you see how hard Story was working to secure possession?
Senecola's shot, I think it was partially blocked by Schrader, and the Thunder have it going the other way. Just over 4 minutes to go in the third. Miracle with it in the corner, taken away by Bond. What a crazy game.
Referee still letting them play here
Yep.
in the second half.
Bond with it. Guarded on the outside by Wurtenberger.
And outside of Story with 2 and Wurtenberger with 3, there's very few fouls in this game. No one's in trouble.
Corner three, pops out no good. Schrader the rebound.
That was the first three by Thatcher Bond in this game. Unable to get it to go. See at the score table, Shirley and Dismayne coming back in. Looks like they're matching minutes.
Sigel on the feed, Wurtenberger.
Travel.
Wurtenberger traveled with it. He had a wide open shot and a lane to drive, but he did a little skip, little hoppy step. That's a travel. 3:32 to go in the third quarter. We're seeing some more substitutions. Shirley back in, giving Schrader a rest. Schrader has been playing his tail off here in this third quarter, getting up and down the floor, defending, and he scored the basketball a little bit.
So Schrader goes out of the game for Thunder, and Wyatt Story goes out of the game for the Heat. Little sportsmanship there between the two coaches. Gamesmanship, I guess you could say.
And Dismayne checks back in.
Banker inside of the basket, right hand, no good. Dismayne on the offensive board. He puts it back up and in.
That's a big rebound putback.
Big. He's so good down low. His footwork, his ability to control his body, how he finishes. And that's going to get him on the block first.
Gonna call the foul there on Senecola on the outside. He's got 2. A 34-32 ball game. Thunder holding on to a 2-point advantage.
And basically right there, the referee is saying the block came before the push-off. So we're going to get the first foul before we get the second one.
That is a turnover. McSpadden up the floor using speed. Left hand to the basket, no good. Somehow, some way, he tipped it back in with that left hand. He's got 7 points and the game is tied.
Quick release off the floor on that. Oh, here goes
A
Dismayne.
steal by Dismayne and a foul by Disberger, which
Yeah.
is his first.
If he didn't foul there, Dismayne was going to throw that one
Yeah.
down.
You might have just run to the baseline and take it out of bounds.
Yeah.
2:38 to go in the third quarter.
Seen it.
Tennessee Heat with the basketball. They're going to get this ball into the backcourt. Thatcher Bond.
What do they call it in the NBA when you have that freedom out front and get fouled from behind?
Clear path.
Clear path. That could have been a close one right there.
I wish they had that in high school. I got to say. Oh, what a move by Miracle. Opening up a
dribble.
three-pointer off the mark. Schrader, who's back in the ball game, trying to get the putback, and he's blocked. And that ball is stripped by Sigel and will stay with Tennessee. We're tied up at 34. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third.
Sigel made a couple big defensive plays on the backside there on fast breaks where he's knocked the ball out of bounds and stopped the easy layup.
I tell you what, I love how this game is being officiated. We have 2 high-level teams out here,
Let
and
'em
these
play.
guys are letting them play.
Inside to Dismayne, blocked by Schrader. Tip to the outside, out of bounds. Will stay with the Heat.
We got big on big in the paint, guard on guard outside. This is going to be a fun week, guys. This is only day 2.
Day 2.
These goal ball games tomorrow are going to be fantastic.
And after, I think it's safe to say, the upset of the Eagles tonight, we're going to crown at this tournament a new champion in both the girls and boys 18U at the end of this week.
Yep.
Schrader gets the steal, and he's fouled. And I do believe the foul is against Banker.
That's going to be his second foul. Senecola coming back into the game.
We're tied up at 34. Sigel going to throw it in on the sideline. Under 2 minutes to go in the third.
And, Jeremy, I really feel like the talent at this tournament is some of the best that we've ever seen collectively from a team standpoint. I mean, there's probably a few teams out here who could say that they have a legitimate shot at winning the National Undisputed Championship.
I think it's more open this year than it has been in the last 5 years. Yeah, this year you really don't know who's going to win it, but there's a multitude of teams that are capable.
Pump fake kick outside. Senecola open corner three. No good. Dismang pulling down the rebound, and there will be a foul underneath.
Dismang owning the boards when he's down there. That foul's going to be on Shirley.
It's only his first, so no worry for the Thunder. Probably a good foul, as a matter of fact. Minute 36 to go in the third quarter. We are tied up at 34. Low-scoring ball game. They look to get it in. They do to Dismang on the outside. Guarded by Shirley. Feed to the wing, Senecola making his move. Up top now to Thatcher Bond.
It's interesting looking across the way, seeing the two fan bases going at each other.
Feed inside. Shot's going to be partially blocked by Shirley. Put back for Dismang. Not there, out of bounds. And it will stay with Tennessee.
Clausen with the block on the second attempt there.
Clausen put in some good minutes here. And a bounce pass inbounds. Corner three. Good.
Yeah.
Senecola.
You knew that Senecola was going to knock one down. It was coming.
Just over a minute to go in the third. 37-34 lead for the Tennessee Heat.
Extended their defense there.
The drive, hard drive for Wertenberger to the basket. No good. Schrader trying to get the rebound. It is hard fought. Gotten by Bond, trying to get it out of there. And it will be out of bounds is what it seems to be, the call.
Yeah, he threw it all out of bounds off of Shirley.
And it will be Tennessee's basketball. Under a minute to play in the third.
Banker coming out of the game. And then number 3, Lucas Holmes, coming back into the game, getting some minutes. Last 45 seconds here.
Pass cross court. 2-on-1. Feed and the pass over the top. Just it's the right pass. Just poorly executed there, trying to hit Holmes on the back door.
Maybe a slight lob there for the alley-oop layup.
He probably thought that was Banker running on the backside because that would have been a throwdown if Banker still would have been in the game.
Here's the drive for Wertenberger. Kick out, Shirley. Hard drive. Feed inside Clausen. Clausen throws the ball away as he was trying to feed it back.
29.5 seconds left in this third quarter.
Manhattan struggling to score after they took that 6-point lead. And now a 9-0 run by Tennessee. We're just seeing these runs go both ways here. A 3-point advantage for the Heat.
And right now the possession arrow goes to Manhattan. So if you're Tennessee, you'd like to get a bucket here before the quarter ends.
Corner three, no good. Schrader pulls down the board. Now down to 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Thunder going to look for a good shot here. Feed Shirley inside, feeding it back. Clausen rejected underneath. The save in. Oh, what a smart play to keep it in bounds. And the three-pointer at the buzzer, not there, but a great play.
Thatcher Bond got
play by Bond, keeping it in bounds where the time would run out. If he'd have let that ball go out, Thunder would have had another chance.
Yep. That dude was up there to get that rebound, too. He elevated above both defenders. So, interesting ending there to the third quarter as the Tennessee Heat made a run and took the lead going into the fourth now. Man, it's going to be a battle this last 8 minutes.
37-34 lead for the Tennessee Heat. We got 8 minutes of basketball to play.
I tell you, we talked about this game being a game of runs, a game of streaks. And huge adjustments there by Manhattan coming out of halftime because things have been going the Heat way in that second quarter. And they came out and they delivered that first punch, but then Manhattan has just been right there with them every step of the way. So this fourth quarter is going to be huge. The question is, in my mind, Manhattan's been playing so physical, so frenetic. They got 8 more minutes. Do they have the 8 more minutes in them to do it? They got plenty of timeouts, though.
Yeah.
So I think they have a legitimate opportunity here to take down the defending national runner-up.
The scoring by quarter has been 17-9. Manhattan Thunder 8-15. Tennessee Heat 9-13. Tennessee Heat. So the Thunder has struggled to get the double digits in the last 2 quarters.
37-34, Tennessee Heat in the lead.
And
A trip to the Class 7A Gold Ball game is on the line.
This is where the experience of Dismang, Bond, Sinicola, Banker, returning players from last year, that's where they're going to count on it right here.
Miracle. Feed to Sigel. Far left wing. Making the move. Wurtenberger. Fake. Getting inside. Hitting a cutting Schrader. Oh, he tried to jam it. And he got fouled. That's one where you really just wanted that ball to go in that
If you go
basket.
with two hands, you probably get that bucket.
Yep. Galloway getting the call there. Man, this place would have gone nuts had he thrown that down, though.
Galloway is not in the game, is he?
Yeah, he's coming out right now.
That's number 3.
That's Holmes.
Lucas Holmes.
Oh, then they got Holmes.
Yeah. It looked like they threw up a 2, though. Just like I saw what you saw. Schrader will make both free throws. Huge free throws for Vincent Schrader. He's got 8 points, and it's a 1-point game. Tennessee Heat with it in the front court. Making the move, kicking it out. Sinicola the 3. Hit the last one and hits that one, too. Giving the Heat a 4-point lead.
He has 1 field goal each in the last 3 quarters. Last 3 quarters, second, third, and fourth.
40-36. Pass over the top to Schrader. Schrader's short shot is no good. And the Heat back with it again. A 4-point advantage, 2-possession game.
So we talked about this in the first half. Could the mid-range continue to fall for the Manhattan Thunder? And it has not since the first quarter. They have struggled to score the last 2 quarters. Hadn't got the double digits in either one.
Left hand, no good. Tip rebound. Dismang fouled underneath. He'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots, and the foul is on Vincent Schrader, which will be his first. And 2 shots here for Carson Dismang, who's got 12 points.
Actually, Schrader's second.
Yep. I have him for 2 as well.
Bond is doing such a great job of getting to the glass, and he's just struggling to be able to finish at the end. But he's getting there, and he's getting high.
Dismang missing the first free throw. He's got another one here.
Not a lot of free throws have been shot in this game. The Thunder are 5 for 5, and the Heat, they are 4 for 6.
Dismang makes the second there. He's got 13 points.
Not a whole lot of fouls called.
No.
No.
Not a lot of opportunities to get to the free throw line.
5-point game. Sigel feeding Wurtenberger. Left wing 3. Short. He'll be able to chase down the offensive rebound. Huge one there by Wurtenberger. He'll stop, pivot, outside Sigel.
And Wurtenberger had those 4 points in the first quarter, but then he's been held to 0 since then. I think if Manhattan's going to win this game, they're going to need him to knock down a couple shots here in this quarter.
And the shooting has just gone dry here for the Thunder as of recent. The way they started this game off shooting the ball, they want to get back to that in order to win this ball
After
game.
that first quarter, they put up 17. We thought this was going to be a barn burner. They have cooled off, and we had mentioned that they probably didn't want that quarter to end, and they're probably wishing now that it wouldn't have.
And a bucket at the basket there for Wyatt Story. He's got 3. And you mentioned the 17-point first quarter for the Thunder. They've had 19 points since then.
Yes.
Wurtenberger the drive to the right, dropping it off to Shirley, and Shirley
out of bounds off of Thatcher Bond.
And these coaches are really going to be, in this fourth quarter, they're going to get after these officials. But these officials have been calling the game the same way the whole time. Don't expect them to make a change.
Bond down floor to a wide open Story for the finish, and the Heat are starting to separate themselves. 5 points for him, a 9-point lead for the Heat. And that is the largest lead of the ball game.
That was a great defensive effort by Disbang on that inbounds play to tip it and control it as well.
A pass, the drive, Miracle lost it, got it back. Working from the right wing, driving the baseline, shot blocked, and gotten by Bond. Tennessee Heat back with the basketball again, 4:50 to go in the game. And now it's Bond working against Sigel.
Heat defense has just been smothering in this quarter.
Yeah, this quarter they got active hands. They're battling at everything.
Backdoor pass. There will be a foul call. And they're going to call it
Shirley.
against Shirley.
You could just tell that the Tennessee Heat players, they just have a little bit more energy right now. They're trying to battle, and, there hasn't been a lot of substitutions by the Thunder. A lot of these guys have been playing a lot of minutes in this game, and I wonder if it's starting to wear on them here in this fourth quarter.
And you have to wonder if this is just the experience of the Heat. They've just been here the last couple of years, been a very, last year national runner-up. Year before that, they went deep in this tournament.
Yep.
They understand what it is and what they have to do, and I think that experience is showing up right now.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often that you have a team that comes in and then just so poised and composed all the way through, get to the Elite Eight. You got to struggle a little bit and get there and, fight your battles. And Tennessee Heat, they're trying to take that next step. They've stepped up every year the last couple of years, making this championship. Thought they had the championship won last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty much dominated the first half of that game.
Yep.
And then, we talked about it on the broadcast last year that when you get in those moments and you haven't been there before, the pressure starts building. And you're in a college arena, a lot of fans in here. Manhattan Thunder, I don't know if they've been here in the D2 championship a couple years ago, but winning a D2 championship, winning an undisputed D1 is two totally different arenas.
Yep.
And, the pressure kind of got to the Tennessee Heat last year in that championship game, late down the stretch. They had the big lead, and then, they just got a little too tense, passed up shots they normally would have taken in that situation, and it cost them the championship. And you wonder here, Manhattan Thunder being here, not being in this position before, maybe they're starting to press a little bit too much.
And that pressure to create something is only going to go higher with 4:38 to go here.
Yeah, and if the lead keeps growing, the pressure keeps growing more immensely.
Senecola trying to feed Bond in the corner, and the pass was too high. Ball back with the Thunder, and they're going to have to do something they have not done since the first quarter, and that's score quickly.
Right.
And you do have 4.5 minutes, but you still have to be efficient with your possessions and score when you got the ball.
And that's why playing this defense, this pressure defense, the way they do, it's actually really not a high pressure defense, but it's a full court defense, and it kind of slows Manhattan down. I mean, you got to be a man if you're going to play in this game. You got to be a man.
Was that Dismain on the block or Banker with the block? One of them threw it off the glass.
I do believe it was Dismain.
I thought it was, and he was running out. He wanted to dunk. He wanted to finish that one.
The foul on Disberger after the rebound by the Heat, and just the Heat have really just dug deep in this game. It's over 4 minutes to go. Pressure defense from the Thunder. Getting it across. Drive, feet inside. At the basket, it's good.
Dismain just controlled that all the way through the contact and finished with the offhand.
Schrader now with it. Pump fake feed to the left wing. Sigel to the corner.
9-point deficit. If the Thunder don't score this possession.
And they don't. Sigel missing the shot. There is a steal, though. Put back immediately and a foul. Wertenberger, it seems he should be going to the free throw line here.
Calling that foul on Thatcher Bond.
That's the first foul on Bond.
And this is, right now, if you are the Thunder defensively, you already know that this game is being played physical. The referees are allowing that to go. Being down what you are right now, if you're the Thunder, you need to get after it defensively harder than what you've been doing. And they have been going hard, but they're going to have to turn it up another notch.
Yeah, you're going to have to make the refs call a foul.
It's a 10-point game. Your scoreboard is a little wrong. They're about to fix that as they put the point on the wrong side. But Tennessee Heat are going to save it in. And it's going to be a turnover headed back to Manhattan here. They'll get another opportunity. 47-37, just over 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
So they got to score. Even though it's 1 point, they still got a bucket. And then they got to stop. They're going to have to put a couple of those together here to get back in this game, down 10 points right now, 3:15 to go.
Kick outside, Wertenberger, left wing three. Not there. It's taken away. Disberger trying to feed it to Schrader. Schrader does get it, throws it up, and Bond, who's that foul going to be on?
Number
is
5,
the question. Because I just saw two guys meet in the air, launching into each other. Yeah, and they're going to call it against Story at a bit. Well, was it on Story?
No, it's on the Thunder.
Oh, it was on Wertenberger.
Yep. That's his 4th foul.
Manhattan crowd doesn't like it. 10-point game, 3 minutes to go. Thunder going to have to score the ball when they get it.
They got to get the ball first.
Kick outside to Bond. Feed over to Banker. Sinicola working back to the left.
I don't think there's enough time in this game with the way Tennessee plays, if you're Manhattan, to allow them to take 15 and 20 and 25 seconds off the clock.
Here's the swing. Back door. Nice find to Bond. It's stripped. Sigel took it away, but they say he came from the out-of-bounds position.
Yep.
We'll stay with the Heat.
Can't be the first one to touch it out of bounds this year. Did a good job of stripping it once again, stopping an easy layup. He's done that a couple times tonight.
At the basket. Shoots it, no good. Dive for it on the floor. Sigel tried to get it. Ball's lost. Disberger coming in there. And what's the call? It's a foul.
On Shirley.
Shirley going to pick up the foul. She'll be his 3rd.
That puts him in the bonus.
That'd be 2 shots.
Now who's going to shoot it?
I think
they're pointing out Dismay as being the shooter.
They have the foul count backwards again on the board. No, never mind. I was looking at it backwards. Carry on. I've been here long. I've been here since 7 this morning. Okay, 7:30.
First free throw goes down for Carson Dismay. He's been good this game. He's got 16 points. 2:23 to go, an 11-point lead for Tennessee. Second one goes down as well. Timeout will be called by the Tennessee Heat. They want to get their defense right so they can close this thing down. They lead by 12 with 2:23 to go.
Yeah, since that first quarter onslaught by the Manhattan Chief Thunder there, where they were just hitting every mid-range shot that they put up, they just haven't been able to find the mid-range since then. Now, credit a lot of that to the Tennessee Heat's defense. They changed their defense up a little bit, closed out to the shooters. Dismay really started dominating the boards and getting some putback, started playing a little bit physical. I think they were trying to figure out how the refs were calling the game in that first quarter. And you could tell the Thunder have watched the last 3 games on this court, so they came out playing the way the refs have been calling. And the Heat kind of fell into that a little bit too late.
Yep.
Almost, but second quarter. And then once they started doing that and Dismay kind of took over in the post, it's been a whole different ball game. And the Thunder just have yet to reach double figures in each quarter. Only 3 points here in this quarter, and all 3 by free throws.
It's 8 field goals made for the Thunder in the first quarter. Since then, they've only made 6.
Total field goals.
Total field goals.
And Tennessee in good position now, leading by 12 with 2:23 to go in the game.
And for the fans of the Thunder at home, that's probably only because they are playing so incredibly hard and physical on both ends of the floor. Shots just not falling for them.
Sinicola stole that one away. Bond now with it. They're trying to reach to foul. Banker on the feed. Story cross court. Sinicola pump fake, move to the right, outside Banker. Sinicola feed. There will be a foul as they decide to foul Banker.
That's Shirley again, his 4th.
Someone is going to have to be bleeding for an intentional foul in this game. Banker looked at the referee and said, "That's intentional." The ref said, "No, man, that's a love tap."
Yeah.
Banker will miss the first. He's got another one.
Banker's got 6 points and I think 2 dunks.
Second free throw does not go. Oh, wow. We had a full-blown wrestling match here.
I think there's going to be a double.
And one referee came in. The center official came in
Nope, not a double foul, just a foul on Story.
Foul against Story there. His third. Thunder looking to get it in. Under 2 minutes to go. Up the floor is Wurtenberger. Feed to Sigel, pulls the quick trigger three, hits it. All net for Sigel. Coming up the floor. That's what Manhattan's been wanting. They called timeout. They cut the lead to 9 with 1:43 to go. And now, if you're the Thunder, you're going to really have to turn Tennessee over a lot. And that's not been something they've been really doing this game, especially like in the backcourt with their guards.
They have not. They've done a good job of controlling the ball. Haven't turned the ball over too much. They turned it over a few times, but not very often. And at this point now, you just got to make sure your free throw shooters are on the floor. And just got to finish it out, knock your free throws down. 9-point lead, 1:43 to go. A lot of time left. A minute 43 of game action, but that's probably going to be about 15, 20 minutes of real time with the fouling that's fixing to happen.
And, 9 points with 1:43 does not seem like a big deficit.
No.
But with the way this game plays, it seems like it's going to take a Herculean effort. You know what? It might take a miracle from Manhattan.
For a miracle? I see what you did there, CJ.
Coming up next on this court, going to be Dallas HSAA taking on the Indianapolis Wildcats. That'll be right here.
By the time we start that game, we'll be just right at 1 hour behind. So if you're tuning in to watch that game, it is coming up shortly. Got behind a little bit early on.
Senecola able to get past, feed it inside, and the jam as a punctuation from Banker with the right hand. 3 dunks on the game, 8 points. There will be a foul in the front court against Tennessee. As Story going to pick up foul number 4, 11-point game.
You can see the growth, I believe, in Banker's game year over year. I don't remember him being this exertive on the offensive side of the floor last year.
They say Seigel traveled before he put the ball down.
Exertive? Is that a word?
When you've been here all day, anything's a word at this point.
It sounds like it should be a word, right? It makes
I
sense to me.
I was going with it.
Kick out Senecola. Working against the defense. Ball's loose on the floor, and we're going to see a timeout is what they're going to call for the Tennessee Heat. 1:17 to go. They lead by 11 over the Thunder. They look like they're going to be able to advance to the next round, but we still got 1:17 of basketball to play.
If Manhattan's strategy is to foul, I almost think that the coach, I don't know that he's done this because I haven't seen it, but he may have done this. I'd almost go to the referee and say, listen, I am going to intentionally foul. So, once we put 2 hands on a guy,
right, because
we're good with you calling it.
Yeah, we're okay now.
Because, these guys, both sides, they're not going to stop playing. They're going all out for the next minute and 17 seconds.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The winner of this game, do they take on the Thesa Riders? Is that who's next, or is it the Wichita Warriors? I got to remember what class those guys are in. I know that they're going to be taking on that side of the bracket.
They are 7A, so they're going to face the Thesa Riders. That's correct.
Thesa Riders. Thesa Riders, Tennessee Heat would be an interesting matchup. Thesa looks pretty good after winning the Big South. And then they had a tough game, nearly got knocked out.
Will Day had an extraordinary game today.
And you said that it's a similar situation to here where there's a lot of physicality, so both teams will hobble into the next round. Bond fouled.
And I'm sure tomorrow we'll have different reps, so the boys are going to have to watch the games before them, see how the refs are calling, because it could change from day to day here. And, as a player and a coach, you just got to make adjustments to the refs. The refs are really usually not going to adjust to how you play.
Bond will make the first free throw.
That's his 7th point of the ball game, but he's made much more of an impact than on the scoreboard.
His motor runs at full octane all the time.
45 seconds.
Sigel across half court. There's going to be a timeout called here by the Thunder. They're going to try to draw something up to get something quick here. 46.7 seconds remaining. And all this being said, the Thunder definitely have had a better appearance at Nationals than they did last year, getting blown out in the first round. They got a number 2 seed last year, and then were beaten by 30-something by CHSA in the first round. And so now they were able to win their first round matchup against the Tyler Heat, which is a team, I mean, it's a quality opponent, a team that was the number 1 seed in the Big South.
Yep.
And so you're talking about a very big win for them. They get into this situation. They hop on the Tennessee Heat, the defending national runner-up, and it looks like they're going to fall short, but nothing to hang your head on if you're the Manhattan Thunder.
No, they've played so incredibly hard with so much passion. You know, they came out, they started out really, really well, and you had to know, as if you've been around the game long enough, you had to ask yourself the question, is it sustainable? And with the way that the Heat play, it was going to be a tall task for the Thunder to play at that sustained level. And they've definitely given it a great effort, but the pressure, the physicality of the Heat, the experience of the Heat has really shown itself in the last 3 quarters.
Sigel, tough shot. Nearly went in. Tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Thunder here. 40.2 seconds remaining now.
And this is if I'm coaching, right? This is where I'm going to try and get myself a bucket, and then I'm probably going to let this game play out. No reason to
Shirley on the offensive rebound off
any
Sigel's
risk.
miss. Another 3, no good. Another Thunder rebound. Back out Sigel. He gets a third chance. Hits it that time to cut it to 9. And now here's the pressure. They get it in. Up the fan. They will call the foul. Senecola spills onto the sideline as Schrader got him good. 15 seconds to play.
Good sportsmanship right there by both players.
Yeah.
Knowing nothing's intentional, not trying to hurt anybody.
But this is also where, and this is just my evolution as a coach has come in. When you're in the early part of the week, you know you've got 3 more games to play. This game is not a game you're going to be able to come back and win. Don't run any risk. Right?
Risk getting anybody hurt on either team. I guess we like to call that as CJ-isms.
First free throw does not go down for Senecola.
You can patent that. I'll let you.
You heard it here first, folks.
15 seconds to go. Senecola will make the second free throw, giving him 9 points. He's going to come out of the ball game to fanfare from the Tennessee Heat.
I believe he is one of their
Fans.
seniors.
And he really helped them get into the Elite Eight once again this year, as Shirley with a quick 3 and a timeout, cutting the lead to 7 now, 53-46, as Shirley with 12 points.
That bucket there puts them into the double figures for the 4th quarter, but just a little too late, I believe, as that 2nd and 3rd quarter really, really hindered them. Now, luckily, they had a big 8-point lead after the end of the 1st quarter, but Tennessee Heat just chipped away and chipped away and chipped away until the 4th quarter, and they've kind of exploded here in the 4th quarter, and the defensive pressure took over. And you got to think it's probably the presence of being here last year in that national championship game. You know, we talked about it earlier, the pressure when it gets down to the 4th quarter in a close game, who handles that pressure the most? And Tennessee Heat being here before last year in that close game and championship, it definitely, I think it definitely played dividends for them today.
Experience does matter, and there's a lot of it on the floor for the Heat.
McSpadden will dribble the clock out, and the Tennessee Heat on to the Elite Eight once again, and their fans give their team a standing ovation. A 7-point win over the Manhattan Thunder, 53-46. They will go on to take on the Thesa Riders for a chance at the Class 7A Gold Ball. We'll bring that to you tomorrow right here on this YouTube channel. We got one more game today. It's going to have a 10 o'clock tip-off, folks. Nothing better than that, huh? Dallas HSA and the Indianapolis Wildcats when we come back.